Hey there. I know this is a bit of a random stream, but a lot of times this happens. What I have for those who see this after the fact is I have a thing where I have a 35 gigabyte per month on the phone. And when it gets to like the end, it's like, well, either I use those gigabytes or I don't. So I have like three gigabytes left until it renews tomorrow. So I might as well use those gigabytes. So I might as well do a stream in the middle of it. But hello to everyone who sees this after the fact and such. It will be archived like the usual streams. And hey there, RJ. Hope you're doing well. You saw Guardians of the Galaxy 3. That's cool. I mean, you can just read the whole Wikipedia to get the whole gist of the movie. So, James, I'm doing okay. Figure I'll stream for, I don't know, maybe 2 hours or so before I hop off and get more stuff done. My favorite part of Mandy with Nick Cage. I mean, probably the third act when he gets his retribution and the look of the film. I guess if you mean like if you're not talking about a scene, it's the whole look of the film, the whole way it's filmed. I think the director did a really good job visualizing that movie and made it feel unique and interesting. So the whole look of the film to me is my favorite part of Mandy. Visually interesting to watch. So I'll go with that. But that's just my thought on that. And yeah, it is on the slow mode because of spam. Hey there, Joe. Hey there, Manny. The Troll remake, stupid idea. You only needed one film. That was with Brandon Lee. Don't do anymore. Do some other stuff. Do some more original stuff. Do some more original material. No hopium. I don't really look at it that way. I look at it as a guy that got revenge for what he was wronged. So no, I don't really look at it in that direction. At least that's me. Repossessed, I don't remember the film. I've probably seen that film only once. Hey there, Josh. Hey there, Alter Ego. They Repossessed, I've only seen once. I don't remember anything about it, so can't tell you. Josh and Alter Ego, hello there. Yeah, hopium, I could buy that. Oh, thanks, RJ. The Island with the McGregor, I liked it. Hey there, Jack Frost. Hope you're doing well. Thank you, Alter Ego. I appreciate it. Sorry, just looking at the chat. Well, they don't really mention who the hell it is in Stream 6 because he was such a non-entity. But Ghostface says your boyfriend, so that's why I mentioned it. Josh, why does it matter? Hey, Kevin. Hopium neither. I would watch neither. I don't care about New Found Destination, so whatever the title is, don't matter to me. Never played Spec Ops, so can't tell you. Hey there, DJ Mexicano. Hope you're doing well. En español, ¿cómo te llamas? Yeah, I already knew The Exorcist would be a trilogy. They said that a long time ago. That's why they made it for. That's why they bought it for so much money, just like they did the new Halloween trilogy, like David Gordon Green did. So, Hopium, some of them, some of the worst, yeah, pretty much. But you already know my thoughts on those. You already know my thoughts on those. Tease what it is, what the word, what the when. Favorite Canadian comedian? I don't know what the list is. Hey, cool, Kyle. Glad you enjoyed it. I enjoyed it as well. So that's cool to hear. Yeah, I enjoyed that movie as well. I didn't mind it. Uh, Alter Ego probably because Disney is begging for ideas. They're begging for ideas, so they'll do whatever they can to try to milk as much money based on known properties. I don't know who's from Canada as a director. Hey there, how you doing, man? Tinglerst, Tinglerst, how you doing, man? Hey, Dartmouth Spider, hope you're doing well. Oh, cool. How you doing, man? It's what's funny is the other day I'm like, God, I hope that guy's all right because I know you haven't streamed in about a month, so I hope everything's going okay, man. It's funny because I was looking at your Alien playthrough again. And I'm like, I hope he's doing okay. Uh, yeah, I know about the writer strike. I don't care. Doesn't affect me. There's always a writer strike. It lasts a few bits. They get rid of it, and then they come back and make more crappy films. So, hey, QJC, hope you're doing well, man. Hey, Jesse Diaz, hope doing well. Uh, no, I'm not sad. I'm fine. I'm tired, but I'm fine. James Rambo 2. Um, Kevin, I don't know about great because I don't think the prequels are great movies. So I wouldn't say great. Perhaps better though. Hey there, Sean. Live action Metroid film. I don't know about that. I guess we'll see. I'll wait for the trailer. Yeah, I played the game Starface. It's a fun game. I have it on PlayStation 2 actually. Hey, Eccentric Views. Crimes of the Future was a huge dud. I don't understand this whole trend of I vomit in the theater. What made you vomit? There's no gore. Well, thank you, Hopium. Uh, hope you're doing well. Thank you for the super chat, man. Yeah, I didn't care for that film. It was confusing, but it was also uninteresting. And I have no idea why anyone would vomit. I don't think that's a true story, but yeah, no one vomited with that shit. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. No one vomited from Crimes of the Future. They just assumed because it's David Cronenberg, so it sounds right to say that. And to get attention, which it did, because a lot of people are attention whores. So no, no one vomited from Crimes of the Future. It's just, hey, does this sound good? Are we gonna get some press? Yes. Okay. Say that. So no one vomited. Silver Wings, the Alien 3, was it for the Sega Genesis? The one that had all the glitches during it. Yeah, Sega Genesis on hard, that one. I was rewatching that because all the fun glitches that happened. I'm like, oh man, he hasn't streamed in a month. But I'm glad things are going okay. I'm glad to hear that. Hey, Peter Freak out. I'm doing okay. Hope you're doing well. Parallax View. No, I haven't seen. Uh, I don't know all the films that took place in New Zealand, so I can't tell you. Yeah, Josh, I don't know what they're talking about with that. No, I don't look forward to a new Alien film. Hey, review games and I hope you're doing well, man. I'm doing okay. I'm tired, but I'm doing okay. But I wanted to do a stream just because. Like I said, I'll do a stream for like 2 hours, then get back to finishing some stuff. Well, not finishing, but working on more stuff. But dentist double feature, that's cool. I don't mind the dentist. Pickup 52. Do you mean 52 pickup with Roy Scheider? Because I think I reviewed that. I don't know what pickup 52 is. Oh, thank you, review games, and I appreciate it. I don't care about Tattoos Avenger. I didn't like the original. I thought the original sucked. I'm not a Trauma fan. No, have not seen the new Dungeons and Dragons. Any newer films I'm looking to pick up on Blu-ray? No. No, not really. Can't think of anything I would want to pick up. Okay, yeah, I have a review of 52 pickup on. No, no. Is that the movie I'm thinking of? Yeah, I think that's the movie I'm thinking of. Isn't Clarence Williams the third in it? Yeah, I think so. Of course, I've heard of Canon films. Always enjoyed a lot of those films. Hey, no problem, Michael CP. Or enjoy your dinner, man. Thank you, Dark Metal Spider. Going through a Silent Hill phase again? That's cool. Nothing wrong with that. I like a lot of those games. So that's very cool to hear. Very cool. I don't like any of the Toxic Avenger films. I'm not a fan. Yeah, I remember the trailer, the prototype. That was like multiple years ago, and it never happened. So I don't know what the reason they had for not making it, but oh well. Well, that's cool. Yeah, Charlie Varick. I didn't mind that film. Yeah, not too bad of a movie. Well, they're doing Silent Hill 2 because it's the most popular of the Silent Hill games. I mean, there was a remake Resident Evil, but they could have technically remade Resident Evil at the end. But like, nah, we'll start with part two because it's one of the more popular entries. Gone Home. It's not weird at all because they don't give a crap about those Ninja Turtle movies. They don't give a crap. Hey, Alan Stanley. Yeah, I'm not interested in the Five Nights at Freddy's. I have that movie. It's called Willy's Wonderland. I could just go rewatch that film right now if I wanted to. Graveyard Shift 4K. I picked it up. Um, Silent Hill. They'll probably do those. The Silent Hill 2 is a massive hit. They probably will. They'll call it like Silent Hill colon something. Soul Assassin, decent song, awful movie. Silent Hill Downpour, I can play it. It does have some weird fluttering glitches. Oh, it it doesn't play the best. I didn't hate it though. I don't hate any of the Silent Hill games. It just uh, some of the puzzles were a bit tough, and I don't know. Surf School, never heard of Surf School. Do I like the character Wario? Wario, I don't care about Wario. Um, how do I adhere? How do I do a tier list for one of your favorite films, Drum Metal Spider? You'd have to explain that. No, I didn't give a crap about Eddie. Sure, shot his fat ass in the stomach multiple times. Character's an asshole in Silent Hill 2. Fuck that character. Uh, it used to be Cobra, but I would say Rambo First Blood Part 2 Cam. I would say Rambo 2 is just, to me, much more iconic. The C4 took the explosive arrows, the Jerry goes with music, the helicopter battle at the end. I'll go Rambo 2. But I love both. I don't know anything about all those Silent Hill games. We'll wait and see what the ultimate relation to all those games are. I don't mind Silent Hill Homecoming. I can play it. Has its issues, but I can play it. So Asylum, no, never seen it. Surf Ninjas, not a fan of Surf Ninjas. Not a fan. Favorite superhero film? There's some I like. I don't have a favorite right now. Then see this Big Lebowski spinoff. Then watch Ben Bane Theory. Then watch Young Sheldon. Don't know anything about the Silent Hill movie sequel. Don't know any details on it. Sorry. What Punisher? Why do you care? It's a weird question to ask. Yes, I have. Why do you care? Do you need a valet? Do you need someone to pay me to valet you around? That's like, do you sleep? Do you eat? Do you shit? Do you piss? Do you do you fuck? Thank you, Hopium. Scorsese do film as a runtime of 4 hours. I love his movies, but man, absolutely ridiculous. I didn't watch The Irishman, but yeah, 4 hours is ridiculous. It's fucking stupid. Um, but I mean, Beau is Afraid was 3 hours. There's a lot of movies that are long, so I don't care to see it if it's that fucking long of a movie. So I didn't want to see The Irishman because it was a long movie. So there you go. Yes, Alex Sanchez, I saw your messages. Yeah, It Chapter 2 is boring as hell. It was a shitty ending where they make fun of a Pennywise baby to defeat it, and Pennywise turns to a baby. It was fucking dumb. Well, Dark Metal Spider, they gave me the tier list. I didn't make the tier list. They gave me the tier list. Like they made a tier list and they sent me a link, and then I just do the video. Yes, It Chapter 2 and Chapter 1 I thought sucked, in my opinion. No problem, Broad Stipe. No problem, I understand. Thanks for stopping by. Either way. I didn't think Chapter 1 was good. I thought it sucked. Unless you like lame, cheap jump scares. Yeah, that played Arkham Asylum on the channel, Manny. Ghost in the Darkness, it was okay. It was all right. Cam, I don't like either one. I can't tell you which is worse. I don't care about the new Salem's Lot. I have no interest in it. Zero at all. Sorry. Didn't play much of those games, Manny, so I can't tell you. Heavenly Kid movie, didn't see. Hollywood should stop a lot of things, but you already know the answer to that. I mean, I've said that like 8,000 times now, nowadays. The high-rise apartment building, Halloween 2. Yeah, I don't know. It would depend how it came to fruition. It would depend how it was filmed and such. I like the hospital setting. I think it makes it more unique. I've only played the first Fear game, nothing else. Yeah, if you make a tier list, you go ahead. You just go on just type in tier list maker and they'll show you how to make it. You just download like poster pictures and you pop them in there and it creates a link. Like, and just go to tier list maker and you'll find a way. Curse 2021. Don't know what that is, man. Nightmare Fuel. Not much nowadays. Dorian Gray movies. What about them? Is Freddie Prinze Jr. a hypocrite? I don't know. What do he do now? Why? What do he do now? That's cool, darn metal spider. Well, Video Master 64, I have zero idea why, but to each their own, man. The only Tomb Raider game I played was Tomb Raider 2. I don't care about Prince Charles. Why would I care? Why would I care what happens to Prince Charles? I don't give a fuck what Freddie Prinze Jr. thinks about Woody the Pooh. Why should I give a shit? Sinbad movie with Lou Ferrigno? Didn't see it. Cellular is a good movie. Underrated film. Chris Evans, Jason Statham, always enjoy that movie. But yeah, Tomb Raider games. The only one I played I remember is the second one. I don't care what Jennifer Aniston says. Michael Douglas, I like it. No, I haven't seen the Dorian Gray movies. Nope, haven't seen them. Yes, I've seen the Fast S trailer. It was lame. It was lame. Didn't care for it at all. Not much to say about it, to be honest. Yeah, I like Disturbia. Hey there, Bobby Reynolds. Not that the cabin. I reviewed that film on the channel like a month ago. I reviewed the film a month ago. Dario Jones's daughter Aja, I've heard terrible things about her, so I don't care about her at all. Well, James is if it's a paper quest, sure. The only Grand Theft Auto game I played is 3. Sure, Ryan. Sure. So this is a random question. Do I like pineapple? No, I don't like pineapple. I don't give a fuck about pineapple. What's next? Do I like stickers? Do I like writing? Do I like books? Do you like cherries? Do I like pineapple? It's a random question, man. Do you like turtles? Yeah, do you like eating food? I don't mean anything to buy it, but sometimes it's like, really? Like, do you like do you like turtles? Do you like blankets? I'm just giving you shit, man. It's just like, what's been your favorite movie so far this year? Uh, no, Michael, no one's requested that. I mean, I have not minded some films. New Mario Brothers movie, uh, Creed 3, Missing. I mean, probably, I guess Creed 3, then Mario Brothers, and then Missing. I guess those three as a top three, I guess. But nothing I love to death that I would even pick up. Yeah, I like the first Guardians of the Galaxy. The second one's okay. Hey, Boomstick Critique, I'm doing okay. Tired. Just haven't been able to find much sleep, but doing okay. What do you think of the Stream franchise? I mean, I pretty much said my piece on the Stream 6 review. And pretty much said my piece there. Least favorite movies of the year so far: Beau is Afraid and Skinamarink. Those are my least favorite films of the year so far. And then Independence Day favorite character, Jeff Goldblum. Well, government production, I'm not going to spoil it for those who want to see it, but you could just read Guardians of the Galaxy 3 spoilers on Wikipedia if people really need to know, but I'm not spoiling it. And please don't spoil it in the chat because some people don't want to know a government production, so please don't spoil it for people in the chat. Didn't see The Whale. Wasn't much a fan of Cocaine Bear. That was pretty lame. It was okay, but the more I think about it, it was just really lame film. Falling Down, Die with the Vengeance are good movies. Very solid movies. Really enjoyed both of them. I don't know what Fool's Paradise is. Never even heard of it. Nah, never heard of the film, so I can't say. I know Movie Maze, that's why I said for people in the chat, don't spoil it for people. If you really need to know, just go just go read on Wikipedia. Oh, thank you, man. Titanic discussions. I vaguely remember you. It's been a while. Hope you're doing well, man. Do you have any thoughts on the long postponed 2023 Sam's Law remake? Enjoy a pizza on me. Thanks for having something fun to do on a Saturday. Well, I'm not that fun. I'm more tired and cranky, not because of you guys, but just my own uh, not be able to sleep. Uh, what's the word? There's a certain word I can't even think of it when you can't sleep. But uh, I don't care about Sam's Lot. I don't like any of the versions, so I have no interest. I don't like the original. I don't really care much about the reboot, and I don't care about the new one. I've never been a Sam's Lot fan. Toby Hooper. I much prefer Poltergeist, The Mangler, and yeah, Insomnia. Thank you. I much prefer The Mangler, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 1 and 2. I've never been a Salem's Lot guy, so I don't really care about the 2023 guy. I mean, the 2023 version, because I don't like any of them really. I find them very boring. I find them uninteresting. I'm like, you know what? I'd rather watch Kolchat the Night Stalker. That's really what I'm thinking when I think of Salem's Lot. I'm like, you know what? I'd rather just go watch Kolchat the Night Stalker TV movies or the TV show or The Lost Boys or the original Fright Night or Fright Night Part 2. There's just other vampire films I care more about than any of the Salem's Lot. So I don't even like the original, so I don't really care about the remake. I know it's not a popular answer, but I've never been a Salem's Lot guy. And then I'm sitting there going, there's other there's other vampire films I just enjoy more. I get more out of. Sorry, but thank you, man. I appreciate it, man. Yes, it's the worst film I've seen this year, and you'll know more when I upload the review, which will be down the road. Yeah, Winter Flowers. No spoilers in the chat. Sure, Mike, I can do that. Just have to give me a minute. No, I didn't. I did not like Spider-Man: No Way Home. I have a review up on the channel for it, but no, I did not like the film. But the review's on the channel. Um, where is? Oh, let me type this out. Once my internet here on the computer works. Just typing this out for make sure it's typed right. All right, Mike. Should be sent now. But sorry, I did not see the chat. I was too busy typing something out. Favorite Michael Douglas films roles, The Game and Falling Down are some of them. Wayne Knight films, I don't really have favorite Wayne Knight films. I guess Jurassic Park, I guess. Thanks, my friend, for being one of the best. Thanks, my friend. I appreciate it, man. Good guy, good friend. So thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. I appreciate that a lot. At the very least, you have friends like this. It helps life a lot. So at least can't complain too much. So there you go. Let's see. Sorry for people out there in the chat and the I'm trying to do as best as I can. Favorite John Cleese films? I don't have a favorite John Cleese film. Tusk, what about Tusk? It sucks. I've said that many times that it sucks. Yeah, Mike's like this. Yeah, he loves Demolition Man. Mike loves Demolition Man. Favorite Chris Pratt film? I don't know. Hey Dante, hope you're doing well. Yeah, thanks to the people who sent out super chats. I really do appreciate that, man. Definitely helps. So thank you so much for that. Let's see. Yeah, favorite Chris Pratt film? I don't know. There's some I like, but I don't have one that's all right. This is a favorite, but there's some I don't mind. It's not Jurassic World films. Favorite Will Smith movies, the Bad Boys films. Although I don't look forward to a fourth one because of what he did. Just have zero interest. No, I'm not a fan of Red State. Boys in the Hood's a good movie. Ricky Thomas, hello there. Cool, Austin Armstrong. I'm glad you like Jacob's Ladder. That's a really good one. Classic movie. So I'm glad you enjoy that movie. Very good to hear about that. Yeah, sorry, this Studio 666. No, I haven't seen it. Yeah, I've seen Michael's video on Winnie the Pooh. The Bourne Identity films, I think they suck because their action scenes suck. You can't understand what's going on, and they're terribly edited. They have shaky cam upon shaky cam. You can't understand what the fuck any action scene is happening. And every single Bourne film is the same movie over and over again, and has some of the worst edited fight scenes in a major motion picture to level of Taken sequels. So yeah, I don't like the Bourne films. I think they suck because the action scenes suck.
Hey there. You hear me okay?
Yeah, someone was asking me about the Bourne films, why I don't like them. I said I don't like them because I don't like the action scenes because I think they're edited terribly and I think the action scenes suck because you can't understand what the fuck's going on. And every Bourne
Yeah,
film
I
seems like
heard
the
the
same movie.
I heard the tail end of that and I'm like, yeah, I still haven't seen all of them. I saw Jason Bourne in the theater and it's more like Jason Bored because it's one of the most boring films I've ever seen in the theater. I was counting ceiling tiles at one point. It was that dull.
Yeah, that didn't impress me at all. So, oh, I guess one thing, since you mentioned this to me, I did get one thing, and one thing only, but you
Okay.
told me about this, so I have you to think about it.
Good. Oh, you got the
The
tunnel. Did you get
tunnel.
the is it the limited edition, collector's edition, whatever thing?
Nah, it was out of it, but I got this because it has the features, including a feature length documentary,
Oh, cool.
which is a new feature length documentary that has
Yeah, I
been
heard
released
about
on
that.
Blu-ray. So
Yeah, I wouldn't mind picking that up sometime as well, but I gotta scale back.
it has an alternate look like evidence.
Cool. Awesome. I'm doing a pre-order of Superman, the 4K set. I canceled the Steelbook set because it's too expensive, and I just went with the regular the 4 pack. It has the same features and everything, so it's not like it's really much of a difference. It's just the Steelbook cases. That's really cool.
Let me see how this goes.
And the
But
RoboCop, the series Blu-ray, it got delayed to June, so I don't know what's going on with that, but I'm okay. I can wait. I can wait to get that. Cool. Yeah, I need to take it easy because I bid on an Oppo player or Oppo 4K player on eBay, and they're not cheap.
Yeah, I got this from. I decided to support this random guy I found online. He has his own web store called the Atomic
Hmm.
Movie Store.
Okay.
So this with shipping was under $30,
Oh,
which
nice.
considering a lot of times they're over that. I did with shipping, it was like 29 something.
That's a
With
good
shipping.
deal for Umbrella because like if you went directly from Umbrella, it would probably cost you more than that. That's for sure.
And the guy's in Kansas, so it was able to ship very fast, like two,
Cool.
3 days. So it was called like the Atomic Movie Store. And I like sent him a
Yeah.
message. He sent like a message a day after. So he was a pretty nice guy. So
Awesome.
very cool. And yeah, I did see Stream Six, and Mike has reviewed Stream Six, so we both seen the film, and wasn't very
I
good.
would say I liked it more than you did, but I still thought it sucked.
Yeah,
I mean, it's still a bad movie. Um, the
that
movie
doesn't
that I
make
watched
sense at
recently,
all
folks,
if you think about it
was
for 5 minutes.
yeah, no,
Do you think must be because answer me this, since you've seen the film.
uh-huh.
Spoiler alert, 3, 2, 1 on the. If you don't want to know, 3, 2, 1 spoilers. Stream Six. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1 spoilers and spoils. It's the three killers are the family of Dennis Quaid's kid in Stream
Hmm.
Five, right?
Yeah, Jack Quaid, yeah.
How does she not know he had any family?
Oh, yeah.
Like he was dating her for how long?
Yeah. I didn't even
And
think about that.
also a police officer, right? How
Yeah.
do no cops know your son was a killer? Isn't that your son?
That's that's pretty bad. I didn't think about that because there were so many other things that I was thinking about while watching the movie in the theater,
But
but
how does the police force not know this guy that we have all your information on? By the way, you had this son. By the way, he was a killer who died in a much
yeah,
publicized across the internet steam of based on a popular movie franchise. This day Stab. So yeah, we
beats
don't let
me.
the father of this killer work on the case and not have any thought process on it.
Yeah, wow. Okay. All right. Yeah, that's some pretty bad writing. Speaking of bad writing, that ties into the last film that I saw, folks. I watched Kids versus Aliens last night, which is the
Yeah, I saw your
film by
post.
Jason Eisner, which is it's a film feature like version of his short and VHS 2, but like with a very different tone. It's more tongue in cheek and over the top, like a gory episode of like Goosebumps or Are You Afraid of the Dark? And to be perfectly honest, folks, I was really enjoying it up until the ending. And I don't know what is up with these modern alien abduction movies with these fucking shitty endings, but it really needs to stop. It's like the aliens abducted the writer's brain cells because it happened with Extraterrestrial, which I loved until the ending, which is one of the most like bullshit, infuriating twist endings I've ever seen. And
Hmm.
then you have this movie where I thought the kids, for the most part, were pretty decent. I thought they had good chemistry with one another. The aliens, I mean, the you could tell that it was people in suits, but you know, I felt there was a certain charm to it. The humor definitely was hit and miss at times, but it's only like an hour and 15 minutes, so I thought it went by at a pretty good pace. There's a decent amount of goopy stuff and gore and had a pretty consistent tone until the ending, which I'm just going to say it, folks. Spoiler warning for Kids versus Aliens. If
Three,
you ever want,
two,
eh,
3, 2, 1. And
yeah,
how about
the
this?
the
I have
ending.
this up,
Uh huh.
and then when I put it down, the end of spoilers. How about that for
Okay.
those who are
All
curious?
right. So
So when
yeah,
this
the
comes down,
ending.
the spoilers are done. Just in case.
I was definitely done with the movie after I saw the ending for this fucking thing. This ending is one of those. that is just so full of tonal whiplash that it might as well knock your head off, because it already was going in a direction that was daring because one of the kids actually dies. So that's something that, you don't see a whole lot of in these kind of movies that are like a throwback to the Monster Squad or Goonies. The Blob, yeah, I mean, there's that. But one of the main kids, one of the main kids
Mhm.
on the main three. And I was okay with that. But then the ending is just so much bullshit. After they supposedly blow up the alien spaceship, they are cornered by a bunch of aliens again. The kids get rescued, so you think, by these military guys. I don't know what is up with these fucking movies and these evil, corrupt military guys who decide to just kill everybody. But that's exactly what happens pretty much, is the military guys shoot the aliens, and then the general guy says, "Bag 'em." And then they grab these plastic bags and they put them over these kids' faces and the older sister. And then the next shot is them like in cryo. And I'm like, okay, so this a way for like Jason Eisner to try to not necessarily go as far as extraterrestrial, where the ending is 100% for sure they're dead. Because in extraterrestrial,
Mhm.
there's nothing that is ever questionable when it comes to that. You don't question the fact that they're dead. Here, they're in cryo, so maybe. But I'm sorry, when you put a plastic bag over a kid's face, I'm pretty sure the kid is dead. I don't think the kid is able to breathe. So, just bullshit. Pissed me off so much. I haven't been so upset at a film in a while. Like Scream 6 didn't even piss me off as much as Kids versus Aliens, because I liked the trailer and I thought it'd be a fun B movie, and it was that until the ending, where it decided, oh, I gotta be unpredictable. I gotta have some M Night Shyamalan ding dong twist that I'm gonna pull out of my ass, and no thanks. And I heard something that he's gonna try to do with sequels. I'm like, how the hell are you gonna do a sequel to this? You're just gonna have to seriously come up with some straight up bullshit to try to retcon this ending, or they're just gonna move forward and just have it be about the fucking military guys that you don't give a shit about, or some new group of kids. But yeah, I hate that. It pisses me off to no end when films do that kind of shit with those kind of fucking
That reminds
endings.
me another movie that came out a few years ago. I don't know. I think you probably heard of it.
Hmm.
Summer of '84.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen that yet. Does that have an ending like that too?
You want to spoil it?
Go ahead. I'll forget about it eventually because I
Well,
don't
they're
have that on my
chasing.
watch
They
list.
they find out who the killer is, and then they go into the woods, and the killer kills one of the kids, and then tells the other kid, "You better be watch your back." He gets away, so now the kids are scared to death because they don't know what will happen in the future. Where they're always probably watching their back, and they're scared to death, and they don't know when the kills are going to come back or anything else is going to happen. So that's how it ends, with them in constant fear now of when this kill is going to come back
Okay,
after you kill one of their friends.
that's lame. It's like these movies, they're inspired by, the Goonies and Monster Squad. And I'm like, take a page from your inspirations. None of those films have endings like this. I don't understand.
Well, that's one of the reasons why people still remember them, but people are not going to remember some of '84 or Kids versus Aliens.
Yeah,
They're not.
no. There's not a lot of rewatchability factor there after that. Because you're just like, well, they fucking die at the end, so no point to that. Definitely not gonna
Exactly.
watch that over and over again. Um, I will say this though, on a technical level and on a storytelling level and an acting level and on so many different levels, I did like Kids versus Aliens more than Hex, which I also saw. stupid cursed skydive movie with the worst sex scene I've ever seen. Do you remember that sequence, man?
Yeah, it comes out of the blue.
It's out of the blue, but
No,
it's like super short. It's literally just it's the worst sex scene ever because you don't see anything, and it lasts like 10 seconds.
yeah, pretty much.
And that's another film with an
Uh,
ending where it's like, oh, well, everyone dies,
oh
and
yeah,
the predictable people, somehow, you know, wind up winning in the end, I guess, because evil wins, triumphs over good because good is dumb.
yeah, but that movie set regardless of the
Yeah,
shitty ending, so
it
it just
did.
fit
It
with that
did.
movie.
Awful CGI too. Terrible.
I guess so. Yeah, pretty much.
No, here's what happened. The two, like the female lead and this other guy, they start kissing, they take their shirts off really quick, they jump in
Yeah,
bed, and then it cuts to them like already in bed in the typical sort of post-sex position, but you didn't see anything. So
yeah.
I'm like, did they just furiously cuddle one another? Like what the hell is this? And it's the same movie that showed a girl take her top off and show it to a pilot in an earlier scene. So it's not like it was so tame, that it was like for the Lifetime channel or some shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Weird,
Hex is an awful movie, regardless.
terrible.
But
There's like barely enough of a concept for like a 15-20 minute segment of a horror anthology. There's definitely not enough there for an hour and 20 something minutes.
and I didn't understand the plot by the time the twist came about as
I
to
know.
what was real and what was not.
Like what? Yeah, like the blonde guy who kept showing up as a ghost, like covered in blood in various different points throughout the film until like the end, but now he's like human or whatever, and I'm like, how and why? I thought he was dead.
Well, apparently not. They were on they were on the plane the whole time, and they were just imagining
Yeah,
everything else. I don't
yeah,
fucking know.
yeah. It's bad. It's a really bad movie. I'll stick with Drop
Say hey to
Zone.
all in the chat. Hello, everyone that's dropped in. Hope everyone's doing well. Uh, hope everyone is doing all right. Who came in? No, I didn't see Renfield. Didn't see
I'm gonna
it.
see that soon. I'm looking forward to it. I know Good Bad Flicks. Cecil, he did a short review of it. He really liked it. He thought it was like a instant cult classic. So that's some pretty high praise coming from him.
Cool. And no, I don't care about the Disney remakes. I don't care what comes next and stuff.
Yeah,
Just
I don't.
tired
I'm
of them.
interested. Moana, 8 years later.
Unless it's true that Disney really did drop the rock because of that BS going on.
That would be nice if they did. They were like, yeah, we're not doing that fucking movie anymore. What happened? Did The Rock like put his foot in his mouth or something?
Oh no, some crazy chick who's crazy is a wrestler or used to be a wrestler, Raka Khan or something. Not Chaka Khan,
Oh,
but
oh,
someone
her from TNA?
Raka Khan.
Who? Yeah.
She made some crazy statement like blaming like 50 people for a $3 billion lawsuit for kidnapping because she's crazy.
Okay.
So she just put
Yeah.
it out there. She named like everybody from like Jim Cornette to The Rock to places that are no longer even running
Yeah, I
to
doubt Disney's gonna drop The Rock because of that, because that sounds like there's nothing to that at all.
but
Just like
I'm
there
just
was
saying, it's they
nothing
they're so
when it comes
butthurt
to
on
her
everything.
talent as a wrestler. Because I've been watching OSW review. I really like their videos. And they're doing a
Mhm.
TNA. They're doing the main event mafia storyline. And they did a review of a pay-per-view that had a match with Raka Khan, and she could not move. She had no skills. She was awful on the mic. It was just terrible.
Yeah,
So
I'm not surprised. Not surprised at all.
mhm.
Uh, I doubt Mike's even hurt. Someone's
Heard of
asking, you
what?
look forward to Dodgeball 2.
I heard about the news. I don't mind dodgeball. I do have kind of a soft spot
Right.
for dodgeball because in high school, one of the best moments probably out of my entire time in high school was dodgeball related. So, I do have a little bit of a soft spot, when it comes to the sport. Um, because somehow I was really good at catching dodgeballs. It was like just an instant just really crazy talented dodgeball catcher. Like caught 6 on the first day I played and 1 in each hand. They started giving me nicknames like the Catchinator, Pissed Off Senior, who I had a rivalry with, and led to like the last game, which is like the last day of the, I think it's like the term or whatever. Might not be the term, might be semester or whatever. I forgot. But it was the last day, and it was something out of a movie because I was like the only person left, and my teammates were cheering me on, and I survived and dipped, ducked, and dodged and dived, dived, and you know, got my teammates back in, and we came from behind and won. And there's just a really great memory for me, and it was also good for me because I never got bullied again after that because I had like half the football team on my side from my junior class, so it was
That's
cool.
cool.
The movie though, I don't really, it's one of those sequels where it's like we don't really need another dodgeball, and it's been forever since the first one. This is my guess. They're gonna do something with Ben Stiller and his character where he's gonna be down on his luck and like bankrupt or some shit, and then he has to team up with Vince Vaughn. That's probably what they're gonna do.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't really care about it.
I'd rather see a Tropic Thunder too, just to see what kind of
Well,
crazy shit
that'll
they
never
would
happen.
they would try to come up with. But that'll never
In
happen
this
because of
climate,
the
that'll never
in the
happen.
climate. Yeah, in today's climate, yeah, that won't happen.
No, not at all.
That
Uh,
made me think of something random. Did you hear about Amber Heard and how she supposedly retired from acting and is going like to, live overseas or something somewhere? I think it was it Spain or somewhere? I forgot exactly what it was.
nah, I don't know anything about it.
But
Nah, I don't
good.
know. I mean, I
Just
don't.
that I'd be totally fine with that. Retire.
It don't affect my life or livelihood, so it don't matter what the hell she does. You do,
Yeah.
she can fornicate or flatulate or go
Or
find a
defecate.
cornrow
Yeah.
to
More
huff
like
and puff
defecate.
and ride on. Yeah, I don't give a fuck if she rides a tractor up and down the fucking road. I don't care. It doesn't do anything to me in my life, so she can do whatever
Yeah.
she wants. Just stay out of my face and out of my way. Jonathan already reviewed Median. Check on the channel.
Yeah, Matt wasn't a big fan of it. I didn't mind it. I didn't love it or anything, but I liked it all right.
Mhm. No, there's no hope for the new Indiana Jones film. I don't know why anyone would have hope. It's
Dial of
Disney.
Destiny.
It's Kathleen. It's Disney. It's Kathleen Kennedy. It's why would you have hope for an 81-year-old Harrison Ford? that's just too old for anybody to do a role like that, where it's mostly going to be
Yeah.
CGI.
I want to
Action
because I love
taken.
Indiana Jones, but I don't. I don't have any genuine real hope, even though I want to. I mean,
Mhm,
that's how it is. You know, you like characters enough, you like a performer enough that you want to have hope. It's
mhm,
like with Rambo: Last Blood. Before I eventually
mhm,
saw that movie, I wanted to have hope for it because I love Rambo and and I really like Stallone, but I didn't have
mhm.
any. And I saw the film finally, and it definitely did not give me any reason to have thought any differently.
Yeah,
And
you
how I
know,
feel about
no.
Cliffhanger 2. Dumb.
Mike saw Sisu. He already saw the film.
Yeah, I liked it. I liked it quite a bit. I would say out of the films I've seen 2023 so far, I would say that's my favorite right now. Really nice throwback sort of grindhouse action film with ton of blood, ton of violence, a lead who doesn't really say much of dialogue, doesn't really say much of anything, just lets his actions speak for
Mhm.
himself. I mean, speak for themselves, and kicks a lot of ass, and then credits roll. You know, it's that kind of movie. My kind of film.
So that's good. Is that your favorite film of the year that you've seen so
So
far?
far, definitely. Renfield has a chance because I really like that trailer for Renfield. But for right now, it's Sisu.
That's good then.
I would recommend that. I think you would at least get some enjoyment out of it for sure.
Cool.
Just for the action.
That's cool. I know I don't care about the writer's strike. There's always a writer's strike, and then it gets resolved, and then wait a
Yeah,
couple of years, there's
they've
another
had
writer's
like
strike.
what feels like a million writer strikes throughout the years. So they'll figure it out.
So I don't care. Um, I don't know why people care. Unless you really love the stuff going on
I think they
nowadays.
don't I think they don't necessarily have the context. You know, they think it's like some new thing or whatever.
Mm,
But at the same time, I understand why some writers, you know, they feel like they should be paid more for what they do, especially if they do some good work.
hmm
Because not every writer in the industry is like half-assing it. There's some that are really, you know, working their asses off and delivering some good quality scripts. And, you know, I feel that they should absolutely be paid accordingly, you know, but and fairly. But people who fucking suck and are lazy and don't do really great jobs of their screenplays, like I don't think they should be paid the same amount. Honestly, I feel that you should have like similar sort of things with screenwriters and other people in the industry as like athletes. You're like the best get paid more. You know, the best get paid more than somebody who,
hmm
you know, wrote a bunch of films, but they all suck and didn't do much in the box office, you know? Or wrote TV shows that didn't even last more than one season, you know, that kind of thing.
So when Mike saw 65 and he wasn't big on it.
Below average. Adam Driver, I was leery of him as a lead before I even saw the film, and after I saw it, my initial suspicions were confirmed. No, this is just gonna be a 10-minute the one with the logs and shit. It's gonna be like that one. It's gonna be tripping over logs repeatedly over and over again. Um,
Have
but
we
yeah,
talked
Adam
about
Driver.
Cliffhanger 2 with each
Yeah, we
other?
did. We done the last stream that I did, birthday stream. We
Uh,
talked about it a little bit. But yeah, 65.
well,
I like the idea. The concept is interesting. It's not fully executed. It doesn't help that it's PG-13. It
Fuck
has no real
65. Let's not talk
teeth.
about. Fuck talking about
Okay.
65. Let's talk about Cliffhanger too.
Okay.
No one gives a shit about 65. That's why no one cares about it. Uh, Cliffhanger 2 is a bullshit story, as in it's a
Yeah.
bullshit movie to make. It's a stupid
Yes.
fucking movie to make. He's
Yes.
60, he's 76 or something years old.
Yeah.
Either
I
A,
buy.
you don't break his hip,
Yeah.
or B, he's gonna be on the he's going in the tower on a walkie-talkie,
He's gonna
talking
be
to
the old
someone.
guy. He's gonna be the other, the older guy, the guy with the gray
Frank.
hair who was on. He's gonna be. He's gonna be Frank.
Yeah.
That's what
He'll be
Stallone is gonna
smiling
be.
too when someone falls. He'll be smiling too when someone falls to their death, like the beginning.
Yeah. Yeah, when you rewatch that film, that definitely is something that stands out. It is like, why is he like?
That's yeah, the beginning when you look at Frank, he's like, but it's still an awesome movie, awesome film. But
It's great. Great.
there's no need for a sequel. It's going to
No.
be Jurassic World. It's going to be The Force Awakens. It's going to be a
I'd
sequel,
rather
but it's going to be
see
redoing the same thing.
I'd rather see other Stallone sequels. Like, if you're gonna do sequels to something, like, I know he's up there in age, but usually never too old to like shoot a gun. So I'd rather see something like Cobra, or
Not me.
I think it would suck. But if we're
After
talking
Rambo
about,
5 and
yeah,
Escape Plan sequels.
I know, but I'm just saying,
Well,
if we're
what was a
choosing,
hit
if we're
though?
picking,
Which was a hit? Which was a hit? Cliffhanger or Cobra?
yeah, Cliffhanger.
So he wants the film that goes in the theaters
Yeah,
because he wants to feel
yeah,
more relevant.
yeah.
That seems to be the
He's
pitch
got
with
his own
Stallone.
reality show. He's got a reality show with his family called The Family Stallone, which is gonna premiere on
Meet the
Paramount Plus
Hogans,
soon. Yeah.
like
I
the
admit
Osbournes.
I used to actually watch that Hogan show on VH1 when I was younger, and that is not aged well at all. That is aged like milk. Like, there's a lot of stuff where you watch that now and you're like, God damn. Terry was a shitty dad, and he was creepy, and he was a total perv with his daughter, and the mom was awful, and it's like Brooke was the one that came across like the most balanced, even though she was, a spoiled rich, princess type of character or person at that time. But Nick always came across as a douche, and I think it's Nick, right? Nick Hogan, I think that's who it is. And he's the one
Think
that
so,
I
yeah.
believe got involved in that
The
car
precedent.
accident. And when you watch like season 2 of Hogan Knows Best, there's actually a bit about him like getting his learner's permit and having to watch these videos of like car accidents that are graphic in nature, and that never
Mhm.
got to him. Like, are you like, what a fucking moron? Should have never been behind the wheel of a car, because just by his reaction to how none of that really affected him,
No.
didn't take it seriously.
And then what was it? The buddy was in the hospital, and
Yeah,
Nick and
yeah,
and Hogan were talking about how to make money off it or something.
yeah. It's bad. It's just awful, awful. I like Hogan still as a wrestler, and for what he brought to wrestling. Like, WWE would never be the same without Hogan, but Hogan the person, not a big fan. Definitely not a big fan of Terry Bollea the person.
Yeah, exactly. I fully agree.
And that's not
So
even
yeah,
counting the controversy, and the racist stuff. That's a whole other thing.
pretty much. But yeah, I don't care about what was people were asking about. No, I don't care about Rush Hour 4. No.
They're doing a
Uh,
fourth one? Rush Hour 3 was bad
Like,
enough. The magic was gone. The two of them lost their chemistry, which is crazy.
but I think Chris Tucker talked about is he's promoting that film Air, about the Air Jordans
Oh.
that he's in,
Yeah, I've heard that's a
so
good
forth.
movie, but it just looks like a generic drama to me. Like with a good
Hmm.
cast. Like how consistently engaging and interesting can a film be about the creation of Air Jordans? Is this maybe? I don't know. Might be
I don't
good.
know. And people were asked about Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Eh, I don't
I'll
know
give it a watch
skin in the battle.
sometime. I would like to revisit the first two actually. I haven't seen the first two in a long time. So I actually might do that fairly soon. Then maybe try to catch a showing of the third film sometime, next week on
Hmm.
a day off or something with my stepdad.
Hmm.
I've heard I've heard some really good things about it. I've heard other people say stuff where it's disappointing or, they didn't laugh that much at all or, and I kind of expected it was going to be a more serious entry from what the trailers kind of were showcasing and just kind of my vibes I was getting from it.
Hmm. I don't think
Which I
Mike
don't
knows what Pickle Elemental is.
what is? What?
Exactly. Just
Did you say
some fictional
Piccolo?
animated movie.
Oh,
Elemental.
Elemental? Oh, okay, yeah, I did. Is that like a sequel or spinoff to Inside Out, I think, maybe? Or is it its own thing? I forgot. I don't really
Thought that was his own
follow.
thing. Only fire and water are alive and whatever the fuck.
Oh, okay. I don't really follow a lot of Disney stuff anymore unless it's Marvel or, you know, some Disney Plus cringe that people are just talking about, like She-Hulk. Which I did. I fucking liked the trailer for that when it came out, but like I haven't watched it yet because of just all the reviews and all the other stuff I heard about it. And I'm like, this sounds like garbage, and they didn't do at all what I thought that they were gonna do. Because they never do that. Like with like A24 with that movie Men, they had a prime opportunity to open up a discussion and talk about both sides, of toxic masculinity and toxic femininity and all this other stuff. But of course, they only just talk about how much men suck and go for like the low hanging fruit in this instance.
That sounds
And I
about
heard you
right.
saw Beau is Afraid. 3 hours. Man. I bet it felt like 6, considering it was A24 and it was Ari Aster.
The worst fucking film I've seen this year.
Damn.
Easily.
Damn.
I'd rather watch Skin and Marine 3 times.
Oh my god. That's saying a lot. Shit.
Because it's better than watching a mopey crying Joaquin Phoenix having mommy issues for 3 hours,
Oh.
where there's a bit where he goes to an attic and there's a Jabba the Hutt penis monster that's supposed to be his dad.
Uh,
A pretentious smelling their own farts and thinking it's cherry by Harry Astor.
of course, yeah, it's Ari Aster.
Where it's literally like the first hour is just him having the same issues of him being afraid of everything, him being afraid of everything. And I don't want to go outside. I gotta run to get some water. All these homeless people went into my room and tear up my apartment. I have to sleep outside. Some weird guy, for some reason, is on the roof of my bathroom and crying for some reason, staring at me, and lands on him in the bathtub. So he runs off,
Mhm.
gets hit by a bus, and then is helped by Nathan Lane and some chick for like another hour,
Mhm.
where the daughter's like, smoke this cigarette or I'll say You assaulted me. Why? I don't know. And then you better drink this paint with me. Why? I don't know. Well, fine. And then she drinks the paint and dies. And then he's accused and runs to the fucking forest to a bunch of actors. And then watches a play for like 30 fucking minutes, imagines himself, which is the whole crux of it is, oh, he wishes he could have had a family, and he wasn't so much of a chicken shit pussy, that he got a wife and kids and made this journey. I'm like, you know what? This is all the same shit you could tell in 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And then, oh, his mom got decapitated, but no, his mom is still alive. And then he has sex with a girl, but she dies in the middle of it. And then the end is he goes to a cave on a boat, and everybody's judging him. You're a chicken shit. And his boat blows up, and he goes to the water and drowns. And end credits.
The fuck? Jesus.
I dare
Fucking
anyone to
Christ.
tell me anything I fucking missed. You'll hear more in the review, but that's all that's in the
Yeah.
fucking movie. And it
So
has
it
a
sounds like
7.2 on IMDb.
sounds like
A
a winner, man.
7.2. 7 fucking point 2 on IMDb.
Who
But
is
yet these other
worse?
films suck.
Who makes worse films and who is a worse director to you? Ari Aster or Neil Breen?
Technically, Neil Breen, as in he doesn't know how to shoot scenes. Ari
Mm-hmm.
Aster knows how to film a shot. He definitely knows how to do that transition. You know the transition he did in those films where it's like from night to day
Yeah.
in the same shot? He does it like 8 times. So he
Okay,
got
that's a
like
bit overkill.
repeated.
Okay.
Well, okay, like maybe at least 4 or 5.
Okay.
At least 4 times.
Mm-hmm.
But overrated, definitely Ari.
Oh yeah.
Yes, technically Neil Breen because he doesn't know how to compose a shot. He doesn't know how to
Mm-hmm.
compose anything. Ari Aster knows how to. You know what? He could probably work better as a cinematographer than a
Yeah, I
director or a
agree with
writer.
that. Yeah. Now, like I think part of the same question is like who makes better overall films? Like films that you would, they're not necessarily films that you want to watch, but if you had to pick, would it be Ari or would it be Neil?
Neil Breen made some of the worst films ever, to be fair,
Mm,
because they're just poorly. Like I said, Ari, you can maybe look at his technical aspects, but even then, like compared to his first two, like there's one section when he's envisioning himself in the play. There's some nice visuals.
mhm, mhm,
That alone is better than Neil Breen's movies. But that's not
mhm.
enough to have a 3 hour fucking boredom,
No,
mopey ass Walking Phoenix crying with
no.
and he literally goes into an attic to find his dad, and his if Jabba the Hutt was a penis monster, in a bad effect.
It almost seems like he's trying to be a wannabe like David Lynch in a lot of different
Yes,
ways.
this is what comes off as
Yeah.
easily. And real quick, like, thank you, man. I don't want to make it disappear.
Brooks and Liv Shatter doing
No,
bodybuilding
I don't want to see
montage.
Shatter doing a bodybuilding montage. No, uh, nah, I don't want to see that. But thank
Speaking of
you,
Mel
Opie.
Brooks, there was finally a sequel to History of the World. It came out on Hulu and I haven't seen it yet. I haven't heard much of anything about it. Yeah, it was History of the World 2 for all these years.
I didn't see it, so I can't say anything about it.
It didn't look good from the trailer. But I mean, I don't think Mel Brooks has done anything that's been like good, let alone great for a long time. He was involved with that animated movie, Paws of Fury, that like did
I didn't
nothing in the
see it.
box office.
I thought the last film he directed was Dracula Dead and Loving It.
Yeah, I think that was actually. That was pretty decent.
I,
Not my
I just mean
favorite
that was
Mel
a
Brooks
long, long time
movie.
ago.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I can't. I don't know. He should could just stay retired. They had nothing to prove, so
No.
but whatever. Favorite Mel Brooks film? It's between Blazing Saddles and Young Frankenstein, and I don't know which one for me.
I like those two. I'd probably say my favorite is Spaceballs. I also like History of the World Part 1. Um, Robin Hood Men in Tights is fun, but yeah, Blazing Saddles and Young Frankenstein are classics as well. Like Blazing Saddles, like is definitely one of my favorites, and that's one that absolutely you couldn't make that today. So damn sure. But that's part of what makes it so much more hilarious to watch nowadays. Have a nice day.
Well, sadly, they technically did that with the
Yeah,
cartoon.
God, that cartoon on Spike. I remember being hyped for that because I was a huge fan of Spaceballs. And then I think I recorded the episode, the pilot, and watched it, and I didn't laugh once. It was probably one of the earliest memories I remember of being like thoroughly disappointed in something was with the Spaceballs animated series.
You never cartoon, you're not missing much.
Yeah.
It's a lot of like trying to be a film parody of some random film they picked out of their a
Yeah.
hat.
It's a lot of it is like cutaway stuff, like yeah, it's trying to be like,
Lame Family Guy.
lame. Lame Family Guy, exactly. Yeah, cutaway gags.
Yeah, it did not help at all. Um, Someone's asking, is Spaceballs your favorite Bill Pullman film? I would guess
Ah,
no.
it's definitely up there, but I really like Surfing the Rainbow, and I also like Casper. I think he's really good in that.
Independence
And
Day.
Independence Day, of course. The way he played President Whitmore. But that film is hurt because of this so with what happens to Bill Pullman's character in Independence Day
Okay, yeah,
Resurgence.
you froze for a second, so I didn't hear that. But yeah, because of the sequel.
Yeah. Yeah, he's hurt his
Yeah, because of the
character is hurt
sequel.
by that fucking bullshit movie. Awful. One of the worst modern sequels like in the past 10 years or so to me is Independence Day Resurgence.
Yeah.
Cuz
Not
think
Sage.
about it.
Mike can't
Bill
see.
Pullman,
Mike can't see the comment Sage, but he's saying, uh, "Thank you for Karen and for talking about my pulled muscle." I guess he sent him a comment saying, "Wish him the best."
yeah.
To
Yeah,
Sage.
I do.
So
I
cool.
wish you the best like that. I
But no,
know how that
Mike can't
is
see the
like.
comments.
But yeah, Independence Day Resurgence. I mean, not only do you like kill off Bill Pullman's character, but you kill Will Smith's character off screen.
Yeah,
Um You replace him with, Usher what is it, Usher's son or some shit who can't fucking act at all.
I don't give a fuck about Usher. Yeah. I mean, I don't mind Usher. I don't give a fuck about his son. His son was
Like
nothing to
some
fucking
Jackson
sneeze at.
Jr., whatever. Jet Jackson.
Jet Jaguar or something. Bo is afraid.
Ooh.
That is worse.
It's worse than
His K-12 wasn't
OJ. No more OJ.
K-12
No more
wasn't three
orange
hours long.
juice. Yeah, yeah.
Bo is afraid has a giant Jabba the Hutt penis monster as someone's dad. And that's so great that it's a 7.2. You know,
There's
pretentious
people,
fucking
they just have
smelling up the
hard-ons for
ass.
Ari Aster. There are certain people, they
And
just have a straight
8.4.
up yeah.
They fucking call themselves the Jewish Everything Everywhere All at Once movie. Or where the fuck it was. I'm like, see
Jesus
nothing like that
Christ.
movie, man. Nothing.
No.
Nothing happens. Hey there, Brett. Uh, Oh, cool. You like found footage films? That's cool. You rewatch Blair Witch Project. Forgot how much you loved it. Yeah. And now they're making another sequel for some stupid
Yeah, I
reason.
saw that. I saw news of that.
Why? No one saw the
Is
last
it
fucking sequel.
and it worked out so great with Blair Witch 2, right? Book of Shadows, right? That was so successful.
No, they're not, because they said that the movie's a metaphor for Jewish and how they think of their mothers and mommy issues and what the fuck the movie fucking bullshit. Fubbo was afraid. They'd be afraid of
Wow,
me
Psycho
crossing the
Hobo,
street.
that's pretty psycho. It's pretty fucking psycho if that's true. I, I didn't know that.
Jesus.
Fucking hell.
Is it because he saw a cartoon?
Is it because
He
he's a big
saw
fan
one
of Old
made?
Chief Woodenhead? He's a big fan of Creepshow too. God
He's,
damn.
I don't know what to say
Fuck.
about that.
Shit.
Must have hated the cornbread.
With the special, right? He didn't like the special.
You don't like the cornbread either from Aliens.
Oh yeah.
You can enjoy it if you want, Brooke Phantom. If you enjoy a 3 hour movie where a guy's mopey as fuck about his mommy issues and nothing happens unless him wandering around with a thumb up his ass and repeat 1,000 times he's a chicken shit, which I got him
Mm-hmm.
within 5 minutes. And then he afraid of his dad, who's a fucking Jabba the Hutt penis monster for some reason, in an attic with a twin brother he finds out he has as well. That makes no fucking sense, and you're not supposed to make sense. It's one of those movies. It's not supposed to make sense. You're supposed to like, but nothing makes
Mm-hmm.
sense. Not supposed to make sense.
You
Or
see,
God
if it's
forbid,
like
I want
if
actual
it's if
storytelling.
it's not 3 hours, you can kind of deal with something like that a little easier, like a Racerhead, for instance. A lot of that doesn't make a whole lot of
Yeah,
sense.
yeah.
It seems like David Lynch, he knows
Would you want
restraint.
a 3 hour
And
Eraserhead?
no, I would not,
And
because
that
there's
movie
not
has
enough
more crazy
there.
visuals than this film. Like
Yeah,
I
that
mentioned,
too.
that's the craziest bit, and the rest of it's not as crazy as that one bit.
Mhm.
I just mentioned that because it's crazy, but the rest of it is just, oh, I'm afraid of these homeless people. Oh, I'm locked it up and I left my keys in a suitcase and someone stole them because I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
Or I need to go run to the store to drink some water because my water's gone. Or whatever the fuck. Fuck them fucking piece
So
of
yeah,
shit. If you like it, cool.
David
Not for me.
Lynch, I was saying earlier, like he seems to know restraint with his films more so than Ari Aster. Like he did,
And
you
no,
know, a
it
lot.
is not horror. There's nothing horror about the movie. It's a
Mhm.
shitty comedy. It's not a funny comedy. Sorry, go ahead. It's
So it's
not
not even.
horror.
It's not a good dark comedy then. You know, like some other stuff out there.
Not. I didn't.
Mhm.
No.
I'm not surprised because I never found any of his attempts at dark humor that people praise so much and like Midsummer to be funny anyway. So I don't think he's a good comedy writer, and or you know he's that good at black comedy. Because I remember like some people were saying stuff about Midsummer. It's like it's supposed to be a joke. It's supposed to be funny, and I'm like, where is the joke and what? How is this? How is this? I fail to see where the humor is.
Okay. This is for the. I record the review, but when I watch a movie, it was 3 hours. I have to write stuff down, otherwise my
I
attention
don't blame you.
drifts. I'm gonna read everything I wrote down.
Okay. All right.
I said number one. Oh, thanks, frame by frame. I appreciate that, man. Maybe,
That could be
perhaps that could
fun.
be interesting.
That could be fun for sure.
First thing I said was, you want to see a movie about a guy and his mother and mommy issues? Go watch Mother with Albert Brooks.
Yes.
That's a sincerely
Yes.
funny movie.
Yes. For sure. With was it Debbie Reynolds, right? Played his
Yeah,
mother, I think.
and Albert Brooks directed it and started it. That's a
Yeah, that was a
actually, in my opinion, good movie.
yeah, that one's pretty good.
So Beau is afraid, and I write very shorthand, so this is not
Mhm.
concrete words and full sentences. He's going to see his mom. It's the anniversary of his dad's death. The first scene is a POV of his birth, where he's in the
Okay.
womb, like the
So
first
it's
minute
look
or
who's
two.
talking.
Apparently, the serious version.
Gonna
He
start
has a
he's
therapist.
gonna start playing like a serious cover of Let My Love Open the Door.
I'll be honest, the first 2 minutes I didn't know what the fuck was going on because it's just black and you see like images,
Um,
not quite like the Predator, but you don't know what the fuck's going on. It has to take you a
okay.
full 2 minutes to figure out it's a baby ready to be born.
Oh, okay.
He has a therapist. He's got a shitload of mommy issues. He has a prescription for a new drug. He lives in a made up city where the crime is cartoonishly ridiculous. In fact, there's a point where he's chased by a guy covered in tattoos with a nose ring right here and is chased to his door.
Some guy who escaped from the circus. Okay.
Yeah, from Batman Returns. So
He's a member of the Red
he's going
Triangle Gang. Okay.
he's going to see his mom because it's the anniversary of his dad's death. So he's got to make
Mm.
the plane. He wakes up late. He leaves his teen suitcase, goes back, comes out, they're stolen.
Why the fuck would he leave his
Rest
keys in the suitcase in his suitcase?
because he's too stupid and scared of everything. That's
Like
repeated endlessly
his
for 3
keys
hours.
for is it for his car or for his house?
For his
Like
apartment,
which one?
his apartment.
How the fuck you leave it in his
Because he's
suitcase?
ready to lock it, but he goes back. He comes back. His keys and his suitcase are stolen.
Oh, so he did. So he his keys and his suitcase are stolen. So he
Yeah,
didn't. He left the keys in the door.
the door handle. Yeah, because
Fucking
he opened it. He's
dumbass.
ready to close and lock it. He goes off. He looks for something else. He comes back.
I,
The
I've
keys
been
taken off, and
forgetful
the suitcase is stolen.
before with certain things, but not to that extent. I've never left the keys in the door. I
He's anxiety with the outside world. He doesn't know how to handle it. He's just a chicken shit. That's repeated 85 times throughout the film. That's really rinse and
I've
repeat
been living
for
with
3 hours.
autism for my entire life, and I've had plenty of anxiety. I've never left fucking keys in the door. Fucking
So pretty much
dipshit.
he has to call his mom, say he can't come. She chastises him on the phone. His water's turned off. He's got to go get to his fucking to the store to go get water. Did you sound how exciting this fucking is so far of a movie?
Sounds enthralling,
When he
like
gets there,
positively enthralling.
his credit cards keep not working. I have no idea why. They never really fully explain why his credit cards just don't work. None of them.
Is it because he didn't
And
make the payments? Is it because he's so poor? None of it, he can't make a monthly payment or whatever, and they did
it's not
that.
explained. And the guy keeps
So
saying,
it's
"Well, pay
also
me
not
money, pay
explained.
me money."
Is it not
So
explained
he
about
keeps
his water being turned off?
no,
Did he not pay his rent?
it's never explained.
This is just simple
So
things you could just
he should be,
explain with like a little bit
and
of
he
dialogue.
keeps saying, "Hey, go pay me money," but he could just pay him the money. But he keeps looking back at all like 50 homeless people just enter the building and enter his apartment building. And he keeps looking back when he could be paying. He just keeps looking back. He's a chicken shit until ultimately all the 50 people are partying in his apartment and he can't get in and he sleeps outside. That's
And
one of
this is
those.
your lead. This is
So
your
far, we've
lead
had, and
character.
by this time, we have one or two day to night transitions so far.
So this is your lead character. This is a crippling flaw with this script from what I'm hearing. He's not likable, and it's to the point where he's
No,
such a sad sack and so pathetic, that there's no reason to root for him to have any sort of redemptive arc throughout the film, which is integral for something like this. There's trying to overcome their issues or whatever and not be afraid.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you, man.
Wow.
It's not it. But anyway, he finally gets in. They're all left. Oh yeah, there's the tattoo guy is dead on the floor. Doesn't do anything about it.
He doesn't call the
Doesn't do
cops.
anything
He
about
doesn't.
it. No.
He just leaves a fucking dead guy on the floor of his apartment for days.
Yeah. Or that day at least. He doesn't do anything. Just the tattoo guy's just dead
Again,
there.
what is up with these writers? They don't know how to write realistic stories with real relatable people. It's this bizarre. They don't act like
Instead, he
normal
calls.
people. Like like all the way back to Hereditary with the brother and how he reacted when his sister got her head knocked off.
So instead, he calls his mom, and a UPS driver picks up saying, "Hey, I didn't know what to do. I picked up this phone, and there's a woman here with her head gone from a chandelier." Later on, you
Okay.
find out she's not dead, but I'll get to that in a minute or
All
two.
right.
So this goes on for like 5 minutes because the guy just keeps wobbling more and more. The UPS driver, I don't know what to do, and I didn't know who to call, and I didn't know what to do, and I didn't know what to call. For like five fucking minutes straight. Repeat, repeat, repeat. This is why it's 3 hours long. And he's out of it, watching Phoenix. He takes a bath, and for some reason, there's a guy on the ceiling crying, looking down on him. Why? I have no idea. Why he didn't leave with the rest of them? Why he's on the ceiling? Why is he crying? He's on the ceiling, like holding on to the sides. Why? Because it's weird. And no, this is not a horror
Who's
film. There's nothing
crying
horrific in this
now?
movie. So the guy falls on the Joaquin Phoenix. He gets out. He runs out naked. He gets hit by a truck. He wakes up, and there's Nathan Lane and this lady ready to take care of him.
So wait, he Walking Phoenix got hit by a truck?
Yeah.
Okay.
And when he wakes up, he's in Nathan Lane from the birdcage and this other lady, and they're taking care of him. They had a son who died in a war. They have the son's friend, Jeeves. I'm like, ask Jeeves, get me the fuck out of this
Yeah,
movie.
Jeeves. Yeah.
And the daughter, who's a fucking psycho for some reason, where there's literally a scene where she's driving him somewhere, and he's like, I'm not going to drive anywhere until you smoke this. He's like, I don't want to smoke it. Well, if you don't smoke it, then I'm going to tell my parents that you did something to me. Why? I don't know.
Uh-huh.
I have no fucking. And throughout this, is a lot of Joaquin Phoenix now mumbling and crying after he's been hit by the car because he's affected a little bit. So a lot of
Okay.
mumbling and crying.
So why did Nathan Lane decide to care for him? Did it happen like right outside his front
I
door or
guess
something?
what you find out later on, I guess, as I'm trying to understand, is the mom hired them for some reason, and I don't understand why. If you ask me, I still don't get it.
Hired? How do you call for that kind of service? How do you obtain that?
I
Can
don't
you
know. It's probably
take
some
care of my
metaphor that you just don't
injured
get.
son? Yeah.
Yeah, that's literally what this is. It's all
Subtext.
metaphors and themes. It's all
Subtext.
it is. There's no narrative in this movie.
It's all
None.
subtext.
This is complete. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what this is. And no, at the final time is not a horror film. This is not a horror film at all. What I mean, this is like an hour and so into the movie. There's nothing horror about what I'm
Oh,
describing.
Jesus fucking Christ. Like, I'm gonna hate this too if I ever try to sit there an
So
hour in and nothing of circumstance happens. Everybody gets hit by a truck.
Ultimately, the daughter leads Joaquin Phoenix to her brother's room and says, "Paint this." I don't wanna. Well, then drink this fucking paint. I don't wanna. Well, I'm going to drink it. And she drinks the paint. She dies. Don't ask me why. Probably subtext. That's. I'll just say just subtext, bro. Homie, don't play that. So then the mom comes in and blames him. He runs off into the woods. That's where he meets the theater actors. And they're doing a play, and he envisions himself in the play. And the play's about a guy who leaves, learns a trade, builds with his own hands, finds a wife, kids. There's a flood. He's looking for his family. It's all pretty much him going the life he should have led if he wasn't such a chicken shit and would have actually
Uh-huh.
ventured out on his own.
Yeah.
Because it ends with, if you've never been with anyone, how can you have us, the kids? And that's when he steps out of it.
Hmm.
You could have just had that one bit and be the entire movie, because that's really the gist of the plot.
Yeah.
Nothing in before or since really
That's what I
matters.
thought most of it was gonna be from the trailer, is that most of it was gonna be from that point of view, in that world, in that, like,
No, it's about
dreamlike state.
30 minutes at most of
Wow.
the 3 hour movie. Ultimately, that one guy, G's, who is the one couple son's Vietnam vet friend, he comes in, tries to shoot some people. Fucking Joaquin Phoenix leaves, gets to his mom's house, meets this girl that he knew long ago. They finally have sex. She dies in the middle of it, frozen stiff.
Of course, because
And the
you have
mom
to
comes
just
out.
lay it on super thick that this guy's a loser, his life sucks, nothing ever works out for him in the end, even when he tries to branch out, which just makes it even more pointless. Like, why even go there? Because for shock value, I guess.
And the more I think about, okay, there was one bit he was outside of his apartment when it went from day to night. There was when he was outside when he couldn't get in his apartment that went day to night. When he's sleeping on his mom's place's couch, it goes from night to day or something. So it happens. He does that trick at the end
Yeah.
and the end and the end.
Yeah.
After the lady's dead, the mom comes out and they have some dialogue and pretty much how much he's a fucking chicken shit loser. Like that we've heard repeatedly for the past other fucking 3 hours. Until ultimately, and apparently she hired the therapist and she hired Nathan Lane, and I still don't get why. And you probably it's all subtext. Not supposed to understand.
Or it's explained, but you
So
were so bored and just not interested in anything
yeah, that could be as
that
well.
that you just didn't register, and that's happened before with me. It's like
Exactly.
there could be instances where films like this, they explain some things in more detail, but I'm so just not enthused and not into the story or the characters that I don't care. So I just zone out.
And then the mom mentions you have a twin brother and your father, and goes up the attic, and that's where he sees his twin brother, and he sees his father, who is literally, imagine the special edition Jabba the Hutt, and that sitting, but
The
his head is a
CGI?
giant penis, but the head is a giant penis, and his body's balls.
Oh my god.
And it
There's
kills the guy
no
G's because he comes in and it kills him in the head with one of its
so
fingers or whatever.
one of its fingers, it's does he doesn't get killed
Or whatever the fuck it was.
with its dick, with its
Well, the head
dickhead.
is the dick.
Yeah. So there's a literal dickhead. Okay. All right.
Yeah. And bad special effects, like CGI effects. And you tell penis to Jabba Hut. Jabba the Penis Hut. Not Pizza Hut. Jabba the Penis Hut.
Not Pizza the Hut.
By this point,
Penis
he
the Hut.
strangled his
That's who
mom.
it is. It's Penis
Yeah.
the Hut.
By this point, he strangled his mom. He got on a boat. He went into a cave, but then he sees around him a whole trial where his mom's alive. What's that
So he
actor?
went
He
on
was
a
in Sin
ship and he went
City.
into a cave? Like, how is
A
there a
boat.
cave on a
A
ship? A
boat.
boat? How is there a cave on a boat?
No, he's on a boat. He goes into a cave.
Oh, okay. I was like, for a second, I would have been like, all right, he's insane now and he's just going into caves on boats.
No, he's in a cave, and then there's a big trial. You should have done this. You should have done this. You were too afraid. Blah blah blah. He's not
That's
going
all
to
in
do
his
anything.
head.
His boat blows up. He goes in the water, and the end credits, and that's it
So he never
for
learns how
three
to
hours.
not be afraid. He never gets over
No, because he's
his
afraid. It's the title.
mommy
Bo is
issues.
afraid.
But
No, he's
but that's the
afraid.
thing.
There's
It
no
just
arc.
makes it exactly. There's no fucking arc for 3 hours.
No,
That's
no.
terrible
There's subtext.
writing. That's horrible writing that there's no actual arc for
No, there
3
isn't.
hours of storytelling.
No, no, there's not.
And people are
And people probably go, "You
7.2,
don't need
10
one."
out of 10, 5 out of 5, best film of the
They would say
year.
they probably say you don't need an arc. I'm sure
Fuck
that's what
that
they would
shit.
say.
You need an arc for an actual effective story. I'm tired of that. That's bullshit. You can't write
It's
a
not a
fucking
story. It's
story.
subtext.
Fuck subtext. I feel like
Bo is afraid sucks. That's the
I feel like
subtext and the
yeah, I feel like
text.
yeah. But that's the thing. People are replacing these film school. I want to call them rejects because honestly, I think they should go back to fucking school. Film school rejects who confuse subtext for being the entire narrative because of what they're taught and what they're trained to do. They are taught to
Words,
they
friend by
trot
friend. Words.
they they are taught to analyze films with this mindset and it's toxic. And films like this are a prime example of that where they are taught to look at subtext as like the most important thing when it comes to analyzing a film when it comes to its narrative.
What about that I described is what makes it a horror film or makes it a good movie? If you liked it, teach your own, but
I guess
please feel
maybe
free to
Penis
educate
the
me.
Hut. Penis the Hut makes it
It's laughable,
it's laughable
goofy, and
and it
silly
is.
looking.
It sounds silly and it sounds like bad, but like there's something that's kind
And
of
it's there for like
unnerving about that
less than a minute.
concept. But it's not really in the film for a whole good chunk of the movie. So yeah, I wouldn't really consider it a horror film from what you're explaining it to me. I never thought it looked like a horror film from the trailer. It looked like it would just be a black comedy and mixed with a drama, but it sounds like it's mostly a drama and there isn't much black comedy.
Well, the comedy is supposed to be the off kilter ways behaving and the off kilter world of look how Nathan Lane acts and look as his nice dad and look how Joaquin Phoenix acts being so scared and this
There's no
weird thing
joke.
that
There's
happened.
no joke there though, with it just being weird for the sake of being weird. You know, David Lynch in a lot of his films,
That's the humor though.
he's not trying to be funny. It's just weird and unsettling and just strange.
Don't ask me, I don't get it. I hated it.
Hated it.
I hated Stina Marine, but I'd rather watch that twice because it's boring. But I could just literally phase out and just
Mhm.
do whatever the fuck I want and not miss anything.
Yeah, and
Here,
it's not
it
3
wants me
hours,
to pay attention, and it's still bullshit.
but it gives you no reason to pay
But you,
attention. That's what it seems like.
yeah,
It gives you no reason to maintain attention with the storyline because there's not much of an arc to it. The lead is unlikable and you don't give a shit about him. And all the other stuff, there's barely anything in terms of depth with these other characters. That's what it seems like. So there's really no reason to really care about them either.
no.
And even the trippy visuals, it seems like they are kind of an afterthought. Most of the film's just boring. Boring
That
visually.
play I mentioned is where the
Yeah.
visual effects are. That 20 minutes
Yeah.
or so.
That's only 20 minutes. Seems like the rest of it sounds pretty boring to me. Boring shots of an apartment, and, all that other shit. And
Does anything I mentioned sound interesting to you?
no, maybe the play bit, but that's it.
But people still think it's fucking toxic positivity. There you go.
And they would think that we're just toxic and negative, and here I am just thinking that it's like that Mad TV skit, lowered expectations.
They say people like you fine, but
Speaking of
it's fucking
skits,
bullshit.
speaking of sketch comedy, I just thought of this, like, Ari Aster as a writer, he's almost like that, that character that Damon Wayans played in Living Color, where he's the hooked on phonics guy, who's in prison and he's all just saying random fucking bullshit that makes no sense. The ruminations of the sphincter colonize,
Jack, Beau is afraid for me because it was 3 hours of this. You have two boring movies. Which one is longer? That's going to be the worst one if both films are boring. My same thing with Stina Marie. They're both awful. Yes, you could say there's more art in Beau is Afraid, but for me, I still find both very excruciatingly boring, and one's
Mhm,
twice as long as the other. So that's just how I look at it. Just if I want interesting visuals, I'll watch Everything Everywhere All at Once, another
exactly.
A24 film. I'll just go watch that movie, which I liked.
Yeah, or
So people say we hate everything.
watch
We
some
both
prime
like that
David
movie.
Lynch. Watch some prime David Lynch, maybe watch some David Cronenberg, stuff like that.
Chris Stubman gave an 8 out of 10. Well, good for him.
Oh, I'm not surprised.
Congrats for him liking it. Ain't my day to watch him. Ain't my job to tell him what to think. I'm glad he loved it.
How's that movie they supposed to do going, by the way? Did he actually ever do it? Did he ever finish it? Did they actually give him the job? That horror film he was gonna do? I wonder if it's gonna be any better than his ripoff of Drive. The writer of Drive should sue his ass.
Uh, Shelby Oaks, I think was the movie supposed to coming out. I have no idea where. It says
I
2023. I have
I
no idea.
honestly, I'm more curious about Markiplier's Iron Lung whatever movie than anything that fucking Chris Stuckman directs.
Yeah. Hey, Neopunk. Hey there. Yeah. I'd rather give that a watch than Shelby Oaks or whatever the fuck with Chris Tuffman.
Speaking of
Just my own
Markiplier, I heard
prerogative.
he might have a cameo in the Five Nights at Freddy's movie, which would make sense since when he started playing that game, like it just exploded in popularity.
Mhm. Yeah. I mean, that'd be cool. I mean, it's just hard to be for me to be excited about that film. But we'll
I
see.
feel you.
Maybe a trailer
I
will
feel you.
change my mind.
Probably won't top Willy's Wonderland though.
No, I doubt it. Someone's asking, Mike, do you like Running Steer or Billy Crystal?
Yeah, it's a good one. I think I reviewed it. It might still be up. I don't know for sure. I do like the film. I don't love it. There are other Peter Hyams films I like more, but it's still a fun movie. Billy Crystal and Gregory Hines have really good chemistry.
Hmm.
There's a great car chase with a taxi cab on some railway tracks.
Very cool.
Good
Let me
song
check
by
on.
Michael McDonald. The song "Running Scared" from the soundtrack.
Okay then. Ooh. Uh, just trying to let's just go look at the chat and see if there's any movie news as well. I said there's the Lou Down Phillips says Young Guns 3 is still in the works.
They've been saying that
Why?
forever. They've been saying that forever, and nothing's ever come of it. I'm waiting for the 4K of Young Guns 1 and 2. Like, where are those? Are the
Marvel's
same.
Blade reboot gets shut down.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm like, I hope it just stays shut down for good. We don't need butter knife. We already saw what Mashashara, or I forgot how to say his name, Ali could bring to the table as Blade and Battle Angel Alita, and he was fucking terrible in that. Because he literally is Blade. He's got the sunglasses, he's got the fucking black trench coat. The only thing that's missing is that he's half vampire.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Instead of sucking blood, he sucks ass.
Yeah, I don't look forward to a new Blade film.
And
Not
it's
at
PG
all.
13. You can't make a PG 13 Blade.
Or they don't try.
Yeah, they can try. It'd be like Morbius.
At Government Productions, we just talked about that. The Lou Down Phillips Young Guns 3. I just said like
Yeah.
less than 5 minutes ago. Yeah, Brio's Cop 4, I don't care about either. Don't care.
I'll wait for a trailer. It could be fun with the right script, but it's that's that's a rarity nowadays. So I don't know. I mean, I felt the same way. Like I was kind of looking forward to Coming to America because the same people that were involved with Dolomite is My Name were involved with that, and I thought
Yeah,
that would mean that it wouldn't suck, and I was dead wrong.
yeah.
That was really bad.
It was pretty bad. Uh, yeah, I know about Craven the Hunter. Apparently it's R-rated. It's funny if that's the one to
I,
be R-rated for some
I'm
reason.
curious about that now. Like I'm warming up to Aaron Taylor Johnson because I really liked him in Bullet Train. So if he can carry over that kind of charisma to the lead role, it might work. It could be one of those things that's just so crazy and out there that it legitimately might work. But it also could fail spectacularly and just be ridiculous and hard to take seriously. So I don't know. We'll see.
I'm sorry, Craven the Hunter does not work without Spider-Man. There's no
Mm-hmm.
point in Craven the Hunter. It's just, I mean, they did that movie called The Banker.
Yeah,
Guy hunting people, and Robert
with
Forster
Robert
has to go get
Forster.
him.
That one's underrated. I like the banker a lot, actually.
That's what The
One of
Banker
my
was. Duncan
one of my
from
favorite
Monster
Robert
Squad.
Forster performances is in that
But
one.
isn't that who Duncan played? A guy with a
Yeah,
bow
Duncan
that was
Rager.
a
Yeah,
crossbow going
yeah,
out hunting people.
yep.
He might as well was Craven the Hunter. So I mean, I don't. To me, Craven just doesn't work without Spider-Man. And yeah, I don't understand. They make Venom films with Carnage PG-13, but you made a
I
Craven movie
know.
R-rated.
I know,
It
right?
makes no
Yeah,
sense.
yeah. Venom should have been R-rated from the beginning.
Thank you, you two. I appreciate the kind words.
I thought they were gonna do that because of the success of Deadpool. Like it was a prime opportunity, and they didn't take advantage of it.
Nope. Apparently not. Fuck if I know why.
It's like making
Emmanuel,
Spawn
yeah, we both.
PG-13, which was stupid back in the 90s.
And yeah, Emmanuel, yeah, we both like Fletch. Both
Yeah, I
like
love
Fletch.
Fletch. Fletch is hilarious. Moon
I'll be right back.
River.
Yeah, I'll be right back. Someone's asking if you've seen the Mario Brothers movie,
Oh, the new
the new
one?
one.
I haven't
I'll
seen
be
the
right
new
back.
Super Mario Brothers yet. I've watched the 1993 film numerous times because I grew up with it. Rewatched that recently and did a review of it, but no, I haven't seen the new one yet. Looks like it could be fun. Kind of leery about it because it's from Illumination. I'm not a big fan of a lot of their films, but the trailer looked like it could be, a decent time waster.
It was
Um,
fine.
kind of, kind of waiting for it to start streaming, to be available to stream somewhere. That's what I'm waiting for.
I've seen the film.
Because,
It's fine.
uh
It's an
but
80-minute.
not better than the Gonzo craziness of the 1993 film. To you,
To me, no. It's a pretty 80-minute commercial
okay,
for the Mario universe.
okay,
It's pretty. It's got a lot of good. It's Easter eggs, but it makes with the Mario universe.
uh huh,
It's fast paced. It's 80 minutes long.
okay,
It's very pretty to look at.
mm-hmm.
It's very fast paced, but there's no character. There's no depth. There's really no story. It's just what you expect is what you expect.
Oh, so there's not much of a story with this one either. So a lot of the criticisms that the 1993 film got for having no plot, no story, it's not like the
Exactly.
games. It's like,
Well,
well,
this is like the games.
yeah, but it's like the games in a way where it's just from what I've been hearing, it almost seems like it's a lot of almost like cutscenes. Cut just spliced together greatest hits from the Mario
Oh
games,
yeah, yeah, it is.
that kind of thing.
There's a there's a train bit that's like one of the levels from Mario One. There's
Mhm.
the the Mario Kart scene. There's the Donkey Kong fight.
Yeah.
There's the
Yeah.
battle at the end. That's
Mhm.
pretty much most of the movie.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine, Emmanuel. Thank you. But like I say, it's harmless. It was fun, but
It's definitely not one of those things where, "Oh
in a
my
way
god, it made
disposable.
$1 billion. The future of cinema is screwed." And you're like, "It's already been fucked." Like,
Yeah.
I don't know how much more fucked up the future of cinema is gonna be just because this movie made $1 billion.
Like I say, I mean, like it was fine. Like it was
It's not like
nothing to get mad about. There's nothing.
in the future it's gonna be a dystopia like the 1993 Super Mario Brothers because the recent Super Mario Brothers movie made so much money.
Yeah. Like I said, there's nothing that will. It's fun, but it's disposable fun,
Yeah,
and you'll forget about it in a month from now. But
yeah.
you'll have a good time watching it. Um, yeah, I agree. I would say I like the Sonic movie more in terms of a movie because I think that's more of a movie, whilst the Mario was more of a fun advertisement,
Uh-huh.
and it was a
Well,
fun advertisement, but it was an
yeah.
advertisement for future Donkey Kong movie or future Mario Kart movie or future
Mhm.
Luigi's Mansion or future Mario
Yeah.
Galaxy because they mentioned the Galaxy at one
Like, the
point.
way that
It's
you're
like,
describing it, it sounds kinda scattershot to me. It really does. Like, it's like, "Oh, then this scene happens, and then this scene,
well, yeah,
and
it's
then."
literally just they're together. They have a plumbing business. Then they get separated. Then Luigi's
Mhm.
out of it for most of the movie. They got to rescue Luigi. Mario meets the princess,
Mhm.
trains. Go to see Donkey Kong. There's a fight. Mario wins. They get you back to the Mushroom Kingdom. You have the Mario Kart scene.
Okay.
They get separated again. Mario and Donkey Kong work together to get to the princess. When Lisa and they all get to Brooklyn. They fight Bowser. They win. Save the day. The end. Like
Okay.
very simple,
All right.
straightforward, basic.
Hmm.
Like that's kind of the. Like I said, it's nothing. It was the safest movie you could do, and that's why it was
Yeah.
successful. Like I like the soundtrack, but it's the soundtrack you just see.
Yeah.
I Need a Hero, ACDC's Thunderstruck.
Yeah, I Need a Hero. I
Uh,
heard that when I was walking by a theater that was showing that, and I was like, "Yeah, that sounds like a song that they would just throw in there. Pretty,
uh, Aha's
pretty
Take on Me.
predictable." Okay.
So like those are songs I like, I
Take on
really like, but
Me.
those are songs. Yeah, Take on Me, Take
Yeah, I
on
would
Me.
say
When they first get into the Mushroom Kingdom.
my favorite use of that song is in Deadpool 2, the theatrical cut. Take on Me.
Hmm, okay, which part was that?
That was the scene when Wade has to say goodbye to his wife.
Hmm, is that in the
And
director's? Then the other cut?
it is, but the song's different.
Oh,
Because
okay.
in the theatrical version, I think they use a slower like version of it, and that's one of the
Hmm,
instances where using a different version of the song actually benefits and really does help the emotion in the scene. It's like a stripped down acoustic take on the song, and I thought it was
yeah,
great.
so do I.
So do I.
So
When I
do
hear I Need a Hero.
I.
But
I don't like Possession, man. I think that's
I
another
haven't seen
boring, confusing
Possession
movie.
yet. I remember not minding Don't Look Now. Like, I didn't love it, but I remember not minding it for Donald Sutherland and for a few other things.
Mhm.
But I still haven't seen Possession. I have it on Blu-ray, but I haven't seen the film yet.
So yeah, I think you'll have fun with Mario Brothers. It's just it's fun eye
Is there
candy.
anything super about it?
Like what would deem it super?
I mean, like super, like good, great. Because like when a lot of people use the term superlative, it's what they use for something that's like excellent or amazing or you know fantastic. Is there anything like super in the Super
Well,
Mario
first
Brothers
off,
movie?
thank you, Rapper Kirby. Thanks for the kind words. Have a good night, man. Uh, super. I mean, no, I mean what you would expect.
Yeah.
Them using the star and knocking
Mhm.
everybody out, punching
Is the
Bowser.
animation would you say the animation is really good
Sure,
or
I
okay.
thought so.
All right.
Yeah, I thought that it was nice to
So
look at.
visually you could say that
Sure.
has some super visuals. Okay. All right.
Yeah, especially the background details, the environments. It's definitely felt like a love letter to the game
Yeah, and it's
or
definitely
games.
something that would not work in live action at all. Yeah, the MTV
Into your
version
library.
live
Oh,
version of
okay.
Take on Me. Yeah, I love that scene
Okay. Okay then.
in Deadpool too.
But yeah, it's one of those things where like I said it's worth at least one watch.
Yeah.
I don't think there's nothing to get that mad about. Like
So, like I was
I liked it.
saying, when you said you were gonna watch it, I was saying it could be similar to like the Lego Movie, that kind of thing. It's nice visually. It's not super memorable, but it's harmless.
Yeah, harmless.
That
Yeah.
kind of thing. Yeah, harmless fun. All right.
Although as a comedy, I don't think it's that funny.
Yeah.
If it was meant to be a comedy, I didn't think it was that funny of a movie.
Mhm.
But I mean, that's up
You
to, I
say you
guess,
laughed
people who.
more at the 1993 film? Thought that was funnier?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
There's a lot of, like, stuff that cracks me up about that movie. People have been asking me that a lot. I got it at a local shop, called Fred Meyer, like, it's a grocery store over here in the Pacific Northwest a few months ago, like, a while back, and it's no longer in stock, and I don't know if it's online or not, it might be. Seems like something that they might have, like, on Amazon. But here's the thing with hats, if you don't get them within a certain time period,
Hmm.
they tend to go out of stock, and they're no longer in print. So, you might be able to find them used, you might be able to find one on eBay or whatever, but I have a fair amount of hats that, I can't afford to get them again, you know? Or they're not there. They're not even for sale. I've been trying to find a replacement for that Punisher hat that I used to have, the one that had the Punisher on it, One Man Army, and I can't
Hmm.
ever find that fucking thing.
Hmm. Someone's asked, you were a Blazers fan.
Yeah, I am, actually. I am a Blazers fan. Um, Huge fan of Damian Lillard. I've actually seen a few Blazers games, live. I went to the playoff game between them and the Pelicans. I think it was game 1 or game 2. Refs absolutely screwed us over in that game. It was so frustrating to watch. Um, but it was fun. It was fun to experience, that, to be a part of, a playoff game, and yeah, I'm a Blazers fan. It's been rough the past 2 seasons of Chauncey Billups trying to learn the ropes as a coach and the team just struggling with injuries and just tanking and not competing for the playoffs, and I'm hoping that ends soon.
Oh, cool.
I'm hoping that tanking leads to at least the Blazers getting a top 5 pick. I really don't wanna see all the tanking then lead us to only getting a 7th round pick again. At least give us a top 5 pick. I'm not expecting the number 1 pick. That would be awesome. That'd be great. That'd be amazing, but at least give us Blazers fans something more than just 7th for everything we've had to endure for 2 seasons.
And real cool, like Justin, I've only played Mario 64 for like 5 minutes, so I'm not that familiar with the game.
Yeah, I'm not that familiar with it either. I think I've played it for, like, barely any amount of time. Hey, I I definitely am not a Rockets fan, especially when James Harden was playing for them. I didn't fear the beard. I hated the beard. Just fucking flopping ass. I hated the way he played the game. And when the Blazers beat the Rockets in that series, like that was so cathartic, and as somebody who's been a fan of the team for so long, and after, during the Jailblazer era is really when I started to really get into the Blazers again, because I'll be honest, like when I was a kid, I was a Michael Jordan fan. So that meant that I was a Bulls fan. I remember seeing the last game that Jordan played as a Bull, the finals game against the Jazz. I remember seeing that when I was a kid. It's one of my earliest basketball memories is watching that game and seeing Jordan hit that last shot. Um the Blazers,
Did you
though, a
take
lot of the
that personally?
Trailblazers. Did I do? He probably did. Knowing Jordan, man, he probably did take Stockton, something that Stockton did personally. Um, but then Jordan retired, and I wasn't really into the Bolts as much. I think a big reason why I went back to the Blazers is probably because Scottie Pippen got traded to Portland. I was a fan of the Bulls, when I was a kid, and there was a bit of a Jordan connection there because Scottie was alongside Jordan for so long, and I do remember the Lakers game where the refs fucked us over, and then the Lakers had their miraculous comeback in Game 7. But I would say probably my biggest, like some, honestly, my fondest basketball memories are with with the Blazers are with Damian Lillard as as the forefront of the franchise. Um, close second would be Brandon Roy. I remember being a big fan of Brandon Roy before his knees gave out. And I used to be a fan of LaMarcus Aldridge until he just ghosted the team and I want to be the best Blazer ever. Oh wait, no, I don't. I want to go play for San Antonio. Um, no, I don't have any old MJ. I don't think I ever had an official jersey. I had a pair of old Air Jordans when I was a kid. I don't think I ever had a Bulls jersey. I would have liked to have one. Another, I was also kind of uh following the Charlotte Hornets at one point too, because I like Glenn Rice, and I liked their uniforms and stuff like that. But yeah, I saw some of you Warriors fans. That's cool. Man, that sucks. The Sonics are your team because they don't exist anymore. Um, I actually moved to Oklahoma City around the same time that the Sonics left Seattle and moved to Oklahoma. So it was very
Hmm.
interesting seeing Oklahoma City and just seeing how it transformed and how more and more things were changing in terms of in downtown and like more like skyscrapers were being built and all this other stuff just in the 2 years that I was there. Um, I saw someone was a Mavericks fan. I'm a Cowboys fan, but I'm not a Mavericks fan, which it's kind of interesting because Dallas Cowboys. You think that I would also be a Dallas Mavericks fan, but nah. But I do like Luca. Luca's a fun player to watch. Little bit, I would say my team was the Mighty Ducks until they took the Mighty away, and then it was like, fuck that. I don't want to support the Anaheim Ducks. They took away the Mighty. And what sucks is they finally won. I think they won the Stanley Cup, or they actually had some success immediately after they took away the Mighty out of the Ducks. That's when they finally won a cup. But honestly, I would say I was more of a Sharks fan, and that has been rough because man, that team still hasn't won a Stanley Cup. The first time they went to the Stanley Cup playoffs in their team history, they got swept. And the
Well, you know
Sharks were
why?
also why?
They didn't have Van Dam.
Yeah,
They needed John Van Dam. It
yeah,
helped the other team.
they needed Van Dam. I think they played the Bruins. I don't think they played the Penguins. If they played the Penguins, that'd be even funnier. But I don't remember if they played the Penguins or not. I think it was the Bruins. Um, but yeah, that's been rough. And the Sharks suck now. They're just terrible and are just, trying to get draft picks and tanking and just full rebuild. Oh, the Sharks are
But
also the
again,
team that would the
they
need Van
needed
Dam.
Van Dam to fight the mascot for the Shark to give him motivation, give
Yeah,
the other team motivation to
for sure.
win.
For sure.
Like the end of
Um,
Ace Ventura,
they really could have
you
used,
beat up the
that
mascot.
motivation, when had they had the displeasure to be like the first NHL team to go up 3-1 in a series and blow the series. That sucked so much. And then it was to a division rival. It was to a conference rival in the Kings, and the Kings then went on to win the Stanley Cup that season. So that's even more like salt in the wound. You blow the lead, the 3-1 lead, and then your rival wins it all.
I don't know shit about hockey, so I have nothing to say.
I'm gonna
All right
watch
now is just on
Slapshot.
sudden death.
I'm gonna watch Slapshot. Speaking of hockey, that was a request. Is the movie Slapshot?
Is that the Amber Heard movie where Ditch slap her mouth?
No, that's a
Slap
different
shot.
kind of Slapshot. This is the one with Paul Newman from the '70s. It's got the
Turd
Hanson
slap.
twins. You know, the guys with the glasses who were like enforcers who were like roughing people up. I would say for hockey films, like Miracle is up there. That's a really good one with Kurt Russell, based on the true story of the U.S. Olympic hockey team in 1980, and the Mighty Ducks in D2. I grew up with those films. Still a big fan of those movies.
The
Not so
Disney
much
show.
D3. Fuck Game Changers. Got canceled. Good. That's what happens when you fuck with Gordon Bombay.
Someone asked sports. I mean, if I had time to watch, it would be basketball.
Yeah.
But I wish I could find like a collection of the Olympics with Barkley in them,
Oh yeah,
like
the
those
Dream
dream teams.
Team. The Dream Team. Yeah.
That'd be nice to revisit because I
That was a
remember
fun
liking them,
era.
and Barkley was the best on that team, making the
Drexler,
most points.
Barkley, Jordan, Larry Bird,
Johnson, yeah, Magic
Magic
Johnson.
Johnson, Akeem Olajuwon, I think, and part of me's thinking Detlef Schrempf was on that team too.
Yeah.
He was pretty good at one point in his career.
I don't know what that is.
The
Dallas
Dallas
Stars. I don't know what
Stars,
that is.
NHL team. They used to be. They used to be the Minnesota North Stars. I think that's what they used to be,
Hmm.
because in D2, the Mighty Ducks, they go in and they see a hockey match, and it's the Minnesota North Stars. And like when you watch that movie now, you're like, who the fuck? Like if you don't know the context, you're like, what team is this?
Yeah,
The
that's me.
North Stars?
That would be me. I don't know shit about it.
So what did you have like a basketball team that you were a fan of growing up, or was it just basketball in general?
In general, I didn't get a chance to
Hmm.
watch a lot, mainly just
Hmm.
highlights and stuff, or uh, really just like watching Barkley on
Yeah.
Inside the NBA talking and stuff,
Yeah, he's fun.
or just watching highlights.
He's fun on Inside the NBA. Him and Shaq beefing.
Yeah, that
One
was fun.
another.
I say it would be nice. It would be nice. I mean, I know they don't do it, but it'd be nice if they sold like, here's the Dream Team collection, and I would pick it up and watch the games and stuff. I know
Yeah,
you can find some online, but
they did some highlight thing,
some of
I
them
think.
don't.
There was a
Yeah, highlight.
VHS
Yeah,
back in the day, but
it's a
I don't
highlight.
think like the actual games.
Yeah, they don't really do that. This is too bad. Hey there, True Fire. Hope you're doing well. Um, I never really got into snowboarding, so I've heard of Sean
Yeah, I
White,
wasn't
but
big on snowboarding either, but I've heard of him.
yeah, I'm not too familiar with the snowboarding stuff. Sorry about that. Neither of us have seen Renfield. People already
Going
asked
to.
about that.
Going to see pretty soon, but still
And
haven't watched it.
was it? What I saw here. Marvels, don't care.
Fucking Marvels.
Stupid
Did
trailer.
did you see the trailer, Matt?
Yeah, it was an advertisement in front of a video. Lame. Little lame. Big surprise.
Did it look like something that would go theatrical, or did it look like something that would be streaming on Disney Plus? Because I
Disney
thought it looked like
Plus.
something. Yeah, that's what I thought too. I didn't even think it looked like a theatrical film.
Yeah, pretty much. But got about 2.5 hours. I'll call it here. Really only did this because I had about 3 gigabytes left on the phone until it recharges tomorrow. So I only have like
Okay.
half a gigabyte left. But thanks for coming by, and it was a lot of
Yeah.
fun chatting
No,
with you
no
again.
problem. It was fun. It's fun. I got tomorrow off,
Anything
so
coming up you want to let people know?
yeah. I got some more requests, so I got a review of Hex. I got my thoughts on the Hollywood films because I watched Who Killed Captain Alex and Bad Black, but there's really not a lot with those films in terms of like plot or characters or act. It's I can't really do in-depth reviews on those, so I'm just gonna share my thoughts on them and just with Hollywood in general because I do think it's really cool what a bunch of dedicated people were able to do in Uganda with little to no money and no resources and just driven by the passion and love of film create their own movies. I think I don't think I can knock them for what they did because in a lot of ways it's like
Mhm.
home videos, it's like home movies. I'm not gonna like overly harshly criticize somebody's home movies, like that's just that's that's a bit much, but
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
interesting, and it's entertaining. Like, there's a like, Who Killed Captain Alex is one of the most, like, crazy, bizarre experiences I've had in a while, and I haven't laughed that hard in forever. Um, and, also gonna share my thoughts on it's an anime called Kite from 1998, and it's a pretty edgy, violent film. But it's got some really good gunfights and just bloody as hell, and there's explosions, and I liked it. I didn't care for the ending as much, but and there's some other stuff where I don't really need to see so many sex scenes with an underage girl. I'm sorry, like it's just kind of it's icky, even though it's animation and it's not real. It's the implications are are just kinda, um,
Who requested that?
it was an anime that, a friend of mine named Will, he asked me for, like, help finding animes and stuff like that, and he
Okay.
mentioned that one, but he didn't know a whole lot about it. He
Oh,
just he
okay.
just he just he just, saw the trailer or something. I still liked it for the action, but yeah, the other stuff, like, yeah, I didn't didn't need to see that.
Mhm.
I mean, no, thank you.
As for me, I mean, you guys will be seeing. I upload every day. Just chip out each day because notifications don't show up. Same with Mike and his channel. Just people don't
Yeah,
get notifications. The bell doesn't do anything. So just
no.
chip back each day to see what we're doing, whether we uploaded something or not.
Mhm.
Um, I think it'd be cool one day, maybe just random. If we did
Yeah,
like I don't know, random movies and just show each part of our
yeah,
collection and just
yeah,
give thoughts
yeah,
on movies. Just to have
yeah,
some type of visual thing about it. Maybe that'd be
yeah.
something different
Just like just a
sometime.
live stream one of those times, just doing that kinda thing. Okay. Yeah, sure.
It's like whether it be a botch
Um,
or a shelf or something, just back and
yeah.
forth, and we're both.
I
I
mean I
show
mean,
something
I
we thought
got
about. You show
I
something.
got, like, a ton of shelves and boxes and boxes and more boxes. One of these
Trying to
days,
think
I
of a
would like to
name
do
for it.
I would like to do, like, a video where, I'm showcasing, like, my 4K collection or something, but, that's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of videos, and it's a lot of titles.
So I don't know,
Um,
something like the celluloid Thunderdome or something. I don't know. Think of a better.
one in one movie enters.
Maybe something like that. It'd be like the cellular
Yeah.
Thunderdome, and just we each have like a shelf, or if
Yeah.
not that much, or boxes of them. Just
That'd be
I
fun. That'd be
show and you
fun.
show back and forth.
Yeah, and
It,
we don't
so
necessarily
what
have to have
we
seen the movie yet either, right? Because
yeah.
I have a fair amount of ones that I haven't actually watched yet. I'm trying to change that, but when you work two jobs, man, like sometimes you're just too tired. You just want to go to bed.
Mhm, exactly. And yeah, we'll definitely do that sometime. So
Yeah,
good night
sounds
to
like fun.
all. Take care, and we will see you guys down the road
See ya.
later. Make sure